Sarah, you should let me know when you're going out. It's your day off work, isn't it? I was planning to have you make lunch for me.
I'm sorry, Linda. I wasn't feeling well, so I had to go to the hospital.
Not feeling well? What's wrong? Do you have a fever?
Yes, and I've got a terrible cough. The doctor says it looks like acute pharyngitis.
Oh no, you better not give it to me!
Well, it's possible, since it's probably a cold virus.
You should have told me before going to the hospital. What if I needed something while you were gone?
I apologize. I was feeling very dizzy this morning and had to leave quickly.
Fine, then who's going to make dinner tonight?
Given that I have a fever, either you'll need to cook, or we'll have to order takeout.
I absolutely won't cook.
Then let's order takeout. If you could let Amy know, and I'll leave money for the order on the counter when I get back. I'll go straight to bed when I get home.
Why can't you tell Amy yourself? You're her mother.
She's at school, so I haven't been able to message her. The doctor advised me to get plenty of sleep, so I might be asleep when she gets back.
What about my son's dinner?
Tom, well, he'll probably be home late again today, so it should be fine.
That's right. These days he comes home in the middle of the night. Sometimes he doesn't come home at all.
Yes, that's true.
Did you do something to make him stay away? He used to always come home for dinner.
He says he has important projects at work.
Aren't you worried? Don't you wonder what he might be up to?
He says he's busy with work, so...
Is it really work? Come on, you must have noticed too.
Since it's between husband and wife, I'd rather not discuss it with you right now.
You're always so secretive about everything. No wonder my son is so distant. He must be tired of you.
I prefer to keep our matters private. We'll deal with things ourselves.
Oh, really? Well, I don't care if your marriage falls apart. I've lived with you since you got married, and I've always thought you lacked charm and weren't good enough for my son. Plus, you only gave birth to a girl.
I don't think it matters whether it's a boy or a girl, and Amy is growing up to be a wonderful child.
Only according to you. You've clearly raised her to be a miniature version of you.
My daughter is her own person. I've raised her to be as independent as possible.
But it's true, isn't it? She takes after you, and she's rude to my son. She's even cold to me. It's your fault for not raising her properly.
Amy is a kind and well-behaved child.
Only to you, maybe. I wonder who she'll choose to live with if you get divorced. I'm sure she'll pick my son. After all, single mothers always end up poor. She wouldn't want to live in a house without a future. Even though I'm a widow now, at least my husband was around until my son graduated college. Raising a child alone as a woman is miserable.
Is that so?
Is that so? That's all you have to say? You know, you really should think more about your position. My son is working, yet you insist on having a job too. That's why he's getting tired of you. You have no charm and you're just plain arrogant.
Excuse me, but I need to catch my train now.
Fine, go ahead. I can see why my son dislikes you when you ignore all the helpful advice I'm trying to give you. You're just trying to run away from the conversation.
I'll leave money for the takeout on the kitchen counter. I'm going up to rest in the spare room as soon as I get in.
Always thinking about yourself. No wonder my son is never home.
I need to focus on getting better.
Make sure you don't infect anyone else with your carelessness.
Linda, I need to talk to you about Amy.
What is it? Aren't you at work? Are you that idle?
I have some free time right now. About yesterday, you threw away the porridge that Amy made for me, didn't you? I found it in the trash this morning, and when I asked Amy about it, she told me you threw it out.
Oh, that shabby-looking dish? Was that porridge? I thought it was spoiled, so I threw it out.
Amy spent her morning making that porridge for me since I'm still recovering.
If she had time to make porridge, she should have been studying instead.
You knew Amy was the one who made it. Why did you throw it away?
I saw her doing something in the kitchen, but I didn't know she was making that awful porridge. But it's probably for the best. If you'd eaten that, you might have gotten a stomachache.
She made it carefully while following a recipe.
The kitchen was a mess afterward. Is that what you call careful?
I saw the porridge before it was thrown away. It was properly made, and there was no problem with the ingredients she used. Please, apologize to Amy.
What? Apologize? Me? To my own granddaughter?
Of course, you wasted food and she worked hard to make it. You shouldn't have done that.
It wasn't on purpose, so what's the big deal? Are you one of those helicopter parents? I hope you're not causing trouble at her school, too.
This isn't about being overprotective. This is about basic respect.
Respect? She left the kitchen in chaos.
I don't think I'm saying anything unreasonable.
That's just your opinion. Don't force it on me. Besides, you should teach her how to cook properly. She's in 7th grade and can only make garbage. She'll never find a husband at this rate.
She's only in middle school. There's no need to talk about marriage.
Girls need to learn these things early. You clearly didn't.
Amy regularly helps with the cooking. She does a lot around the house for her age.
Then she must have no talent for it. You were the same way when you started, Sarah. Your food was so bland. It took forever to get used to. Actually, it never improved. We just had to learn to deal with it.
Your comments aren't helpful or constructive.
I'm trying to help her avoid your mistakes.
If you have complaints about my food, you don't have to eat it. If you don't like it, cook for yourself. But don't throw my daughter's efforts out because you just want to be mean.
How dare you talk to your mother-in-law that way? Amy really does take after you. Both of you are so disrespectful, it's awful.
Maybe that's because of how you treat her. Amy has proper manners and is a kind person.
Her? Yesterday, when I accidentally threw out her food, do you know what she called me? A crusty old hag, using such filthy language. She'll never amount to anything. I wish she'd taken after my precious son. What a disappointment.
While Amy shouldn't have said that, she doesn't deserve to be treated this way by you. You deliberately threw away something she made for her sick mother. Of course she'd be upset.
She shouldn't waste food making things no one wants to eat.
You didn't even let me try it. You had no right to throw it out.
See, there you go again. Maybe I should tell my son to divorce you already. I thought if Amy wanted to stay with her father, it might be worth keeping her around. But now I don't want either of you here. When you leave, make sure you take that disrespectful granddaughter with you.
You don't need to tell me twice.
Oh, are you planning to leave soon?
That's none of your business.
Trying to act mysterious now. You have nowhere else to go.
I don't need to share my plans with you.
It's just a matter of time, isn't it? I fully support you leaving. Then it'll be just me and my son, which would be perfect. Oh, by the way, I'm going on a hot springs trip with the neighbors next weekend. Make sure to have $300 ready.
You want me to pay?
Of course. Who else would pay?
Your son has his own income.
Tell my son about it. He might not listen to you, but he always takes care of me, so make sure it's handled.
I'll let him know you asked.
Don't forget, $300 by Friday. I need to pay the group fee. Sarah, I need you to pick me up at the station tomorrow at 6 p.m. I don't want to take the bus back because my luggage is heavy, so make sure you come even if you have work. I also promised the neighbors from the trip that we'd give them a ride.
That won't be possible.
Are you still angry about the porridge incident? That was weeks ago.
This isn't about that. I simply can't leave work.
Are you trying to embarrass me in front of the neighbors?
I have an important meeting tomorrow.
Surely you can leave work early just this once.
No, I can't.
What kind of meeting could be more important than helping family?
One that affects my job security.
Look, I'm tired from the trip.
You decided to go on this trip yourself. You'll have to get back on your own.
Did you even ask your boss about leaving early?
I don't need to ask. The meeting is mandatory.
This is so frustrating. Why did you have to be my daughter-in-law? You could at least send Amy to help with my bags.
Amy has cram school tomorrow evening.
Should I tell the neighbors what a terrible daughter-in-law you are?
You're already doing that, aren't you? I know you've been bad-mouthing me to everyone around the neighborhood.
Oh, so the rumors have reached your ears. You must be really disliked by everyone if they're saying it to your face.
The neighbors have been quite direct about what you've been saying.
Maybe if you were more helpful, I wouldn't have anything bad to say.
Say whatever you want. I just can't pick you up.
You've changed since you got that promotion.
My work responsibilities have always been important to me.
This is awful. I wish you both had been gone when I got back from my trip. If only you'd hurry up and divorce my son and leave.
We already left.
What? Left? You finally divorced my son?
We're going to divorce after discussing things. He's agreed to it, and today my daughter and I moved out.
What? When did this happen? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't think I needed to. Besides, isn't this what you wanted? Us gone?
Yes, but what about me? Who's going to cook my meals? Who's going to clean?
Only you're left, right? Or ask your son. He listens to whatever you say, doesn't he?
I can't ask my precious son to do such things. He's too busy with work. When exactly did you move? Where did you take all your things?
That's not your concern anymore.
But, well, fine. I'm surprised, but I knew this would happen. It's quite refreshing, actually.
Good then.
Until the very end, you're such a disrespectful daughter-in-law. From tomorrow, you'll be living in poverty with your middle school daughter. Oh, and don't come crawling back when money gets tight. We'll be strangers from now on.
Of course, I have no intention of relying on you. I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
We'll see about that. College is expensive. Oh, are you planning to make Amy quit after high school? Or maybe even middle school?
If Amy has things she wants to do or schools she wants to attend, I plan to make all of her dreams come true.
With what money? Your salary alone won't be enough. You talk big, don't you? Well, as long as you don't bother my son, I don't care. I'm happy that you two, whom I never liked, are gone. Go suffer somewhere. I don't have to see you.
Goodbye, Linda.
Don't forget to send my son's new address when you have it. Sarah, I need to talk to you about something.
What is it? What do you need?
Well, my son told me to move out.
Is that so?
Is that so? How can you be so cold? Don't you think it's horrible, throwing out his own mother at this age? After all I've done for him. After all I've done for him. After how much I've loved him and taken his side.
Well, that's just how he is.
He's never acted this way before. This must be your influence.
You raised him. His actions are his own.
But he's been so good to me until now. I can't believe it. And worse, this house is actually a rental. He says he can't afford the rent anymore.
Right. He probably can't manage with his salary.
What do you mean? His company pays him well.
Not well enough, apparently.
But he's been paying until now. That can't be true.
I was the one paying the rent all this time.
What? That's impossible. My son wouldn't let a woman pay for everything.
I covered all the living expenses too, since my husband stopped contributing to household expenses a while back.
You're lying. So all this time I've been living off of you?
That's right.
Why didn't you say anything before?
Would you have believed me?
But why? What is my son spending his money on?
You know very well, don't you, that my husband has another woman he's been seeing.
Was he really having an affair?
Yes, it's been going on for quite a while.
But you never said anything! Why didn't you tell me?
You wouldn't have done anything to help me anyway.
Then why divorce now? He's been staying away from home since Amy was in elementary school. If you could put up with it until now, why was divorce necessary?
I needed time to prepare. Since he wouldn't admit to the affair, I had to hire a private investigator, which costs money. Between earning living expenses, saving money for the investigator, housework, my job, and raising Amy, I couldn't just act immediately.
You've been planning this the whole time?
I've been protecting myself and my daughter.
You could have asked your parents for help.
My father was in and out of the hospital, so I didn't want to worry him. Besides, I needed time to be sure about the divorce and discuss it properly with Amy.
Listen, why don't you come back? I'll talk to my son. I'll tell him to come home properly. You could start over.
I just gave your son proof of his affair, and we've agreed on a settlement payment. I'm finally free from being your daughter-in-law. I absolutely refuse to go back to that life.
But where am I supposed to go? I don't have anywhere else. I won't mistreat you anymore. I'll do the housework properly and be kind to Amy, please.
You? Kind to us? Even though you could never manage that before? I can't believe you'd change. Besides, your son told you to leave, didn't he? He won't listen to anything you say.
Sarah, I'm sorry. I can't survive on my own. I don't have any savings and my pension is so small. He told me to find a new place, but I don't have money for that either.
That's not my problem. We're no longer related.
You can't just abandon me like this. I'm still your mother-in-law. Don't you feel sorry for me being abandoned by my son?
Once I divorce your son, you'll be a stranger to me. Why don't you try living without depending on him? He's your precious son, right? Why don't you step aside for his happiness?
That's different. You were always the one with money. You must have some savings left.
If you wanted to be taken care of, you should have behaved accordingly. Besides, you've been living off my money all this time. You should be thanking me, really.
I am thankful. I didn't know anything. If you had told me, I would have been nicer to you.
I don't want that kind of kindness.
Where are you living now? Maybe I can stay with you temporarily?
Absolutely not.
Please, what can I do to make you forgive me? Just apologizing won't stop the divorce, I know, but I'll do anything. Please come back. I'll end up homeless at this rate.
You made your choices. Now you have to live with them.
I can change. I'll be different this time.
So now you're facing poverty. After laughing at us about becoming poor, you mocked others, and now you're getting what you deserve.
I was wrong about everything. I see that now. Sarah, please forgive me. Please. I'm begging you.
If it was just me, I could have endured your mistreatment. But you were cruel to Amy too. If you had at least been kind to your granddaughter, I might have felt some sympathy towards you. But this situation is entirely your own fault.
I'll apologize to Amy too. I'll make it up to her. I have to move out by the end of the month. I was so wrong, I really was. I'll do everything you say from now on, and I won't be selfish anymore. Please, please live with me again.
You should tell that to your son. You're the one who said not to come crawling back when times get tough. Well, I won't help a stranger either. Please live your life somewhere my daughter and I don't have to see you.
Can you at least tell me where my son is?
Ask him yourself.
He won't answer my calls anymore.
That sounds like a problem between mother and son.
You're heartless after all these years together.
Goodbye, Linda.
Wait, just tell me where he is.
After that, my divorce was finalized and I successfully gained full custody. I never expected much from my ex-husband, but I was satisfied just to get him to admit to the affair he'd been denying by presenting the evidence, and to receive proper compensation from both him and his mistress. However, that doesn't mean I forgave him. As a final act of kindness to my poor mother-in-law, I gave her the address where my ex-husband was living with his mistress. The evidence I gathered was thorough. Years of hotel receipts, restaurant bills, and photographs from the private investigator. When confronted with everything, he couldn't deny it anymore. The mistress, faced with potential legal consequences, agreed to the settlement quickly. It wasn't about the money, it was about making them acknowledge what they'd done. Linda, true to form, didn't waste any time. Having nowhere else to go, she showed up at their doorstep and is now forcibly moved in with them. Thanks to that, their affair life isn't going so smoothly. Linda's back to her old habits, but now she's turned her harassment toward the mistress instead of me. I hear their life together is absolutely miserable. The mistress apparently tried to kick Linda out once, but my ex-husband couldn't bring himself to do it. Perhaps out of guilt, or maybe just old habits. I doubt my ex-husband and his mistress will find happiness anytime soon. I moved to a new place with my daughter, and we're living a much happier life than before. Without having to take care of Linda, our life has become much easier. The apartment is smaller, but it feels so much more like home. Amy has started smiling more. And her grades have even improved now that she doesn't have the constant stress at home. Also, after the divorce was finalized, something wonderful happened while we were celebrating our new start in our new home. Amy gave me a nail art kit as a present, saying, "Mom, thank you for working so hard for this divorce." Actually, I used to love doing my nails and would often play around with nail art before Linda moved in with us. She actually threw away all my supplies, saying, "A wife shouldn't care about the way she looks. You're married now." My daughter is truly kind to have remembered and restored this part of me that was taken away. The nail art kit wasn't just about the nails. It was Amy's way of showing she understood everything I'd been through. She'd noticed how I'd given up little pieces of myself over the years, how I endured for her sake, how I'd worked silently toward our freedom. She'd been watching and understanding more than I'd realized. I'm so proud that she's grown into such a wonderful person. From now on, I'll work hard for myself and my daughter and spend lots of happy times together with her. We're planning to take a small trip together next month, something we never could have done before. It's amazing how much lighter life feels when you're surrounded by love instead of criticism. Sometimes I think about Linda, still causing chaos in my ex-husband's new household, but then I look at my freshly painted nails, hear Amy's laughter from the next room, and realize we're exactly where we need to be. Our new life isn't perfect, but it's ours, and it's filled with the kind of peace we never had before.